So, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here, and today guys, I'm going to be reviewing you guys the new Golden Castle of Stromberg Archetype, aka the new fairy tale archetype for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm actually very excited to be doing this video for you guys because me, myself, I am a huge fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Original series, and I'm just super happy that we're actually going to be getting this archetype within the near future. And guys, I know I'm kind of late to the party. A lot of YouTubers already covered this archetype already, but I felt like it was really important for me to actually share you guys my opinions and my perspective on this new archetype and its potential impact that it actually may have in the TCG metagame. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. But before I get started with this video, I just want to take my time to thank each and every single one of you. We're 130 plus thousand subscribers strong, and we're still growing, and this channel could not happen without each and every single one of you guys. For those of you who subscribe, for those of you who smash that thumbs up button, for those of you who are part of the notification squad, thank you guys so much. You guys are the reason why this channel is still running. For those of you who actually want to help support the channel, my Patreon page in the description box below. I give amazing rewards. And for those of you who have not yet purchased the 130,000 subscriber Exodia versus Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon playmat, make sure you guys get it today. I'll leave all the links in the description box below. So without further ado, let's get started with this video. Alright guys, so basically, the new Golden Castle of Stromberg, this card is just absolutely out of this world, okay? Let me give you guys the effect real quick. Once per turn during your standby phase, you must banish 10 cards from the top of your deck face down. This is not optional, boys. This card is not optional, alright? Or this card is destroyed. So for those of you who have not yet seen any similarities between this card or any other field spell, a field spell that has a similar effect that has a maintenance cost is cards like Spiral Resort. You guys do not know what Spiral Resort's effect is, that during the end phase, if you cannot shuffle back a monster into the main deck, you basically destroy the card. Similar to Golden Castle of Stromberg, if you cannot banish the top 10 cards of your deck face down, you must destroy this card. So this card is a maintenance fee. You know what I mean? Like, it's like paying rent. Each time this card's on the field, you gotta pay rent. If you can't afford to pay rent, you gotta destroy this card. And there must be a reason why banishing 10 cards is, the cost to remain, to keep this card remaining face up on the board. You know what? This card, if it banishes 10 cards on top of your deck, it must have a broken effect. And let me tell you guys right now, this card is insane. And by the way, guys, for those of you who are not a fan of Pot of Desires, okay, I am pretty sure you guys are not going to be a fan of this card, because if you guys can't handle banishing 10 cards to draw 2 for Pot of Desires, you guys definitely can't handle banishing 10 cards to keep this card alive on the board. But anyways, let me just continue further. During your main phase, you can special summon one monster that specifically lists the card Golden Castle Stromberg in the text from your deck. So this card automatically special summons one of the Golden Castle of Stromberg monsters directly for the deck. The monster doesn't have to say Golden Castle of Stromberg in the name, but as long as in the card text, as long as it's in the card text and it says Golden Castle of Stromberg, you can special summon those monsters directly from the deck, which is pretty awesome. And obviously, you cannot normal summon or set the turn you activate this effect. You can only use this effect of Golden Castle of Stromberg once per turn. When your opponent monsters declares an attack, destroy the attacking monster. And if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the attack of that monster had on the field. So not only does this card special summons a monster directly from the deck that lists Golden Castle, but it also at the same time protects your monsters from your opponent's battle, because if any of your opponent monster battles, you basically destroy that monster and your opponent will lose half the attack of that monster directed to their life point. So this card is the heart and soul for the new fairy tale archetype. There are many ways to actually get access to Golden Castle Stromberg. You basically just want to see this card as quickly as possible. So there's cards like Metaverse, there's cards like Terraforming, and there's also a card in this archetype that's basically searches this card directly from the deck. So if you're playing the pure version of this deck, you actually need to see this card in your opening hand as quickly as possible. And there are about 9 different ways to actually get to this card other than drawing it itself. So the Golden Castle Stromberg, the heart and soul of this entire deck. And then we also got cards like the Iron Hands and of course the Iron Knight, okay? So basically what Iron Hands effect reads that if this card is summoned, you can special summon one Iron Knight from your deck. Also, if Golden Castle Stromberg is not in the field zone, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. So when this card is summoned, you essentially get to special summon an Iron Knight directly from the deck, which is pretty amazing. And you can only use the effect of Iron Hands once per turn. If Golden Castle Stromberg is in the field zone, this card gains 1000 attack for each Iron Knight you control. Alright guys, so basically you activate Golden Castle Stromberg, activate Golden Castle Stromberg's effect to basically special summon Iron Hands, and then Iron Hands, when it's summoned, you basically get a special summon an Iron Knight directly from the deck. And Iron Knight effects reads that if you control Iron Hands, this card loses 1000 attacks. So you guys can see the synergy that it has between the two. So if you control more copies of Iron Knight, this card gains 1000 attack. And if you control an Iron Knight, this card basically loses 1000 attacks. So this card becomes 700, and he essentially becomes 2200, which is pretty cool. If this card is destroyed by battle or is sent from the field to the graveyard by a card effect, you basically get to add a Iron Hands directly from deck to your hand. But if Golden Castle Stromberg is on the field, you basically get to add any warrior monster directly from deck to your hand. So it's essentially better than Reinforce of the Army, because Reinforce of the Army is such a level 4 lower monster. But if you have Golden Castle Stromberg on the field, you basically get to add any warrior monster directly from the deck to your hand. And you guys will see the synergy that it has with each other and how powerful Golden Castle of Stromberg is, because once you activate the Golden Castle of Stromberg, you special summon Iron Hands directly from the deck. Iron Hands, when it's summoned, you get special summon Iron Knight directly from the deck. Although that you can't normal summon or set for the rest of the turn, but who cares? In this game of Yu-Gi-Oh, you barely normal summon anyways. You know what I mean? You can special summon so many monsters up in one turn, you don't even need to normal summon. And there are so many cards and so many decks that can actually abuse the Golden Castle of Stromberg. And Iron Hands and Iron Knight are both warrior monsters, so essentially, Golden Castle Stromberg is a 1-card Isolde. 2 Tails of the Noble Knight. So this card gets you access to Isolde instantly, which is pretty insane. The next card right here is, of course, Hextrude. Okay, if you guys, you know, are Naruto fans like I am, okay, I don't know if I'm tripping out, boys. I don't know if I'm tripping out, but she looks like Kurenai Sensei from Naruto. Come on, come on, give me that. Come on, smash a thumbs up button if you agree. Kurenai Sensei is super sexy, and go, oh goddamn, the dress she's in, holy macaroni. Anyways, okay. If Golden Castle Stromberg is in the field zone, you can normal summon this card without tributing. With 2600 attack and 2100 defense stats, so she has a pretty semi-big booty, but a 2600 attack is actually pretty awesome for a monster that can be normal summoned, which is pretty good. Once per turn, if Golden Castle Stromberg is in the field zone, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it, and if you do, this card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase this turn. And as you guys see, all these monsters are reliant on having Golden Castle Stromberg on the field to just gain additional effects. Alright? When this card destroys an opponent monster by battle, you can target 1 face-up monster you control, and it gains 400 attack. So not only is this card is a monster that can be normal summoned while Golden Castle Stromberg's on the field, but it has an amazing ability to just basically pop a back row, pop a monster on the board while Golden Castle Stromberg is on the field as well. But at the same time, it can actually make up to 2 attacks on your opponent's monster, so essentially you can just deal a lot of damage to your opponent while having multiple copies of Hextrude on the board. So let's say that you can somehow get multiple copies of Hextrude on the field, you can essentially pop 3 cards on the board, which is absolutely insane. So Kurenai Sensei herself, you know, with the dress she's wearing, and also with the stat and with the minimal booty that she has, she's actually able to just put a significant amount of damage on the board, which is pretty awesome. And she's also essentially another boss monster for this deck. So if you guys are playing the pure version, your whole entire goal of the pure version is actually try to get out Hextrude as quickly as possible, which is just basically ram down your opponent's monsters, which is pretty nice. Next card right here, the Phantom Bird. If you guys are familiar with the Arima, you know, the Lair Darkest monster, this card is essentially the Arima for the Golden Castle archetype. So you can discard this card, add 1 Golden Castle directly from your deck to your hand. So not only are you having 3 copies of Golden Castle Stromberg in the deck, you also have 3 Glyph, the Phantom Bird, and you also got 3 Terraforming. If you guys want to go the extra mile, you guys can also play Metaverse as well. So you essentially have 12 ways to actually get to the Golden Castle Stromberg for your first turn, which is pretty awesome. And if this card is normal summon or special summon, you can target 1 card in your opponent's spawn trap card zone, destroy it. Alright, so this card is an MST on legs upon its summon, which is pretty amazing. So not only is this card going to search your Golden Castle Stromberg directly from the deck to your hand, but at the same time, it's able to pop a back row. The next card right here is Cinderella, okay? You know, a card that's, you know, very much fan favorited. If this card is normal summon or special summon, you can special summon 1 pumpkin carriage directly from your hand or your deck. And this pumpkin carriage right here, Cinderella archetype. And the funny thing is that if Golden Castle Stromberg is in your field zone, you can equip 1 glass slipper from your deck to this card. Alright, so the deck is obviously heavily reliant on actually having Golden Castle Stromberg on the field. You can only use this effect of Cinderella once per turn. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by direct attack, you can target one glass slipper equipped to this card and one other face-up monster on the field. Equip that glass slippers to that monster. And you guys are probably wondering, Sam, how does this card deal direct damage to your opponent? This card has 300 attack, 600 defense. It's going to be pretty hard to actually direct attack your opponent, but its first effect special summons a Pumpkin Carriage, and Pumpkin Carriage allows Cinderella to actually direct attack your opponent, and your opponent cannot target Golden Castle Stromberg you control with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by card effects as well. So this card right here, as long as it's on the board, your Golden Castle Stromberg will be protected. And Cinderella, and when Cinderella inflicts damage, you basically get to equip the Glass Slipper. And Glass Slipper has the effect is that if the equipped monster is a fairy monster, it gains 1,000 attack. And obviously, if you equipped it to Cinderella, Cinderella is a fairy monster, you can essentially deal 1,300 damage direct to your opponent while Pumpkin Carriage on the field if Glass Slipper is equipped to Cinderella. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster was destroyed, you can target one Cinderella you control, equip that target with this card. You can use the effect of Glass Slipper once per turn. And it basically, if it equipped to any other monster other than a fairy monster, that monster loses 1,000 attack and it cannot attack. So basically, you guys see the synergy that it has with Cinderella, Golden Castle Stromberg, and also the Pumpkin Carriage is that one Cinderella, basically inflicts damage, direct damage to your opponent. You can target one Glass Slipper equipped to itself. So essentially, if you have Golden Castle Stromberg, you automatically clip Glass Slipper to itself when it inflict, and then once it deals direct attack, you basically get to use Glass Slipper to equip it to one of your opponent's monster, and that monster will be able to attack, and at the same time, that monster will lose 1,000 attack. And obviously, Cinderella being able to bring up Pumpkin Carriage directly from the deck is essentially a one card Link monster, a Link 2 monster, which is pretty cool. And the last card that I would like to go over is, the Iron Cage. So when this card is activated, send one monster you control to the graveyard, or if the Golden Castle of Stromberg is on the field, so you can send one monster your opponent controls to the graveyard instead. So basically, essentially, this card's a kaiju, a continuous kaiju, which is really awesome while having Golden Castle Stromberg. You activate this card while Golden Castle Stromberg is on the field. You basically get to get rid of one of your opponent's monster, which is pretty cool. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can target one monster in the graveyard that was sent there by this card's effect. Destroy this card if you use special summon that monster to your field. So it's actually able to so this card is essentially a monster reborn. It's able to revive back any card that was sent to the graveyard by this card's effect, which is pretty awesome as well. So, that's basically the whole entire archetype. The main thing that I want to talk to you guys about is the Golden Castle of Stromberg and how broken this card is in the metagame and the possible future of this card. This card is the absolute nut. The fact that it's actually able to just toot out Isolde directly for the deck is just insane. Well, I mean, not Isolde directly for the deck, Isolde directly for the extra deck, because it gets you access to Iron Hands, and Iron Knight and Iron Hands are two warrior monsters. You instantly get access to Isolde. And if you guys are playing this in Heroes, if you guys are playing multiple copies of Equipped Spells, this card is essentially a one-card Dark Law, because it's essentially to bring out Isolde send 4 to the graveyard, especially Shadow Mist, search the Mass Change, and you have a Dark Law right there. And guys, this week, I'll be showcasing you guys the amount of crazy stuff that you can actually do with this deck. If you guys want to see a duel video, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. This incorporating itself with ABCs, this is absolutely devastating, because with cards like Ancient Fairy Dragon that can special summon ABC piece from the hand after you use the Golden Castle Stromberg's effect, you don't even need to normal summon or set. You don't even need to do that. That's how powerful, this card is, and that's how, broken our metagame is right now. The fact that you don't even need to normal summon or set is just, devastating. You're actually able to do a lot of FTKs and OTKs of this card. There's a lot of FTKs going on right now with this card, which I'll showcase you guys later on this week. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm just really glad that we finally have this archetype in the metagame. Me being a fan of the original Yu-Gi-Oh series, I'm just really glad to have this, deck in hand, for the possible future, which is pretty cool. Hextrude, guys, super sexy. Kurenai Sensei. You guys can, take a closer look at that. Don't look too close. You guys will see. Hey, don't look too close. For this archetype explained, if you guys want to see more videos like this whenever a new archetype is released, where I just basically explain to you guys in depth on what the deck does and read you guys their effects and just how they can possibly function in today's metagame or within the possible futures of our meta, let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you guys get your playmat today. I'll leave all the links in the description box below, guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. Make sure you guys support me on Patreon as well. I'll leave all the links in the description box below. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. This is Sam from Team Sam signing out. Alright, guys. Peace.
I feel like Usain in the cheetah print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. R.I.P. the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deed with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'm a key with it. Like, no, this league business.